Here's your wrestling news for February 4th, 2023, and we're kicking off today with Smackdown, as following the explosive conclusion of the Royal Rumble, Sami Zayn showed a different side last night that had fans at a fever pitch. The former honorary Uso wasted no time in taking the fight to the Bloodline, and in a bold and unexpected twist, leveled Roman Reigns with a spear, sending the crowd into a frenzy. After forcing Reigns to vacate the ring, Zayn issued the challenge for an undisputed WWE Universal title match at Elimination Chamber, which led to the Bloodline attacking their former ally. The head of the table then claimed that he would embarrass the former NXT champion in front of his family, especially his wife and kids, a nod to the fact that the upcoming event is in Montreal. WWE originally intended for Zayn's story with the Bloodline to be just a comedy angle that lasted a few weeks, but Zayn's hard work has left fans wanting much more of this angle. Triple H and Vince McMahon don't see Zayn as a WrestleMania marquee performer, though it's been reported that WWE writers and staff backstage are behind a decent World Championship run for Sami. Zayn is almost certain not to win in Montreal, but this match could be a big sign that WWE plans on giving Zayn that title run eventually, and if you were running WWE, how would you book Sami defeating Reigns, and do you see Zayn as a future WWE champion in the making? More from Smackdown as Bray Wyatt was on the show fresh off his Pitch Black match victory and had a bizarre segment with Uncle Howdy. It was last Saturday that Wyatt defeated LA Knight, and Howdy delivered an elbow drop on Knight that apparently resulted in the stage catching fire as the Funhouse puppets watched on. Given that the two men took down Knight, it was assumed that Wyatt and Howdy were on the same page, but on this week's SmackDown, Bray sat calmly in his rocking chair until Howdy appeared from behind, frightening Wyatt and the WWE Universe. As of now, WWE has given no hint as to who is under the mask, but after this cryptic segment, it's apparent that Uncle Howdy has some unfinished business with Bray Wyatt. This week's post-Royal Rumble edition of SmackDown was certainly a full show, and the event didn't stop once the show went off the air. After SmackDown finished with Roman Reigns' assault on Sami Zayn, Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso met Raw's The Good Brothers in a tag team dark match and picked up the win over Gallows and Anderson. Fans got an extra treat though, as Bray Wyatt was also in action, defeating LA Knight in a street fight. The highlight segment of the entire match was Wyatt chokeslammed LA Knight through a table, so is this legendary Undertaker move going to be used by Wyatt? Only time will tell. Guys, do you want Wyatt to take over the Undertaker's move? Sound off in the comments below. SmackDown had the task of following up a very successful Royal Rumble event and set the stage nicely for Elimination Chamber, as Sami Zayn hopes to be the one to end the reign of the head of the table. Though Rey and Dominic Mysterio are on different brands, it seems to be just a matter of time before the two face off, likely at WrestleMania 39. Rey moved to SmackDown to avoid having to confront his son, but that's proving to be easier said than done for the masked legend. Yesterday, WWE uploaded a video of Rey Mysterio celebrating a race against Dominic alongside the New Day, only for Dominic to accuse his father of cheating. The Judgment Day member claimed that he would have won had his mommy, Rhea Ripley, been there, and it wasn't long before a small brawl broke out. Dominic threw his helmet at Rey, and the New Day got involved, as did the Judgment Day, and security personnel intervened to restore the peace. In response, fans had a blast with the segment online, with some joking that the idea of Rey and Dominic having a NASCAR race sounds like something that comes from the Universe mode in a WWE video game. One fan even said that Dominic should be even more like Eddie Guerrero, and after Dominic raced in his car, shared a picture of the WWE Hall of Famer with one of his lowriders. Many fans have compared Dominic's heel character to Eddie Guerrero, a comparison that WWE has leaned heavily into. But do you think WWE is going too far with the references to Latino heat? Let us know in the comments. From the moment McMahon walked through the doors of WWE HQ last month, wrestlers were worried that the chairman would be bringing back his mass releases. While no superstars have been cut from the company yet, WWE did lay off multiple people from their corporate side last month, including the Vice President of Communications, Adam Hopkins. Hopkins had been with WWE for 25 years, but new light has been shed on these cuts. In the Wrestling Observer newsletter, it is explained that the belief within WWE is that these releases are to cut costs and therefore make the company more profitable, and therefore more appealing to a potential buyer. There have been a lot more cuts on the corporate side in the past few weeks in different departments since the return of Vince McMahon. The belief is that these cuts are being made to lower the costs to get the company ready for a sale. Matthew Drew, who was the senior vice president of International, was the biggest name let go. He came from DAZN in June 2021, which means he was a Nick Khan hire, since Khan hired a number of people from DAZN in 2021. His job included managing global media partners, devising international strategy for overseas live events, digital, consumer products, and new revenue opportunities. In their recent financial report, WWE boasted record-breaking levels of revenue in 2022, which already will appeal to possible buyers, but WWE's efforts to look even better have cost a lot of people their jobs. Vince McMahon is focused on getting a sale through, but how long will it take for such a monumental deal to be finalized? Well, according to Nick Khan, an agreement should be expected very soon, as when speaking to CNBC's Squawk on the Street, Khan said he expects a deal within the next 3 months. Fox, Disney, Netflix, Amazon, Endeavor, and the Saudi Arabia PIF are just some of the names considered as possible buyers, but who will be the first to make an offer within the next 3 months? One name that has been considered a favorite among some is Comcast, the parent company of NBC Universal and the USA Network, which is the host of both Raw and NXT. Given their experience working with WWE, it's no wonder that Comcast are being considered a favorite, but that sale will apparently not be happening. According to CNBC analyst David Faber, Comcast may not be buying after all, as he told WWE CEO Nick Khan in an interview this week. I'm actually hearing probably no, I hate to say it, although another name I do hear is Endeavor. The idea of bringing together UFC and WWE would be very robust. In response, Khan said that WWE is still bullish on Comcast being a possible buyer, and while he can only say so much at this time, added that WWE has had a warm reaction in the marketplace of people interested in buying. If Comcast aren't interested in buying WWE, then the field is clear for another company to swoop in with an offer. And keep tuned in to Slat Rock Wrestling for what is the story of the century. Since losing the Smackdown Women's Championship to Charlotte Flair, fans have neither seen nor heard from Ronda Rousey, who wasn't at last Saturday's Royal Rumble event. WWE did not want to lessen Rousey's star power by making her just another one of the 30 women in the Rumble's match, but what exactly is the plan for the baddest woman on the planet? Well, in The Observer, it's revealed that Rousey will compete at WrestleMania and will even have a title match, but not for either the Raw or SmackDown women's titles. Instead, Rousey is slated to team with Shayna Baszler to challenge Io Sky and Dakota Kai with the WWE Women's Tag Team titles on the line. Rousey has never held tag gold in WWE, but said during one of her YouTube gaming streams not too long ago that she would love to be a dominant tag team and champions with the Queen of Spades. As to when this storyline will begin, that's impossible to say right now, but it may just be a matter of time before Rousey and Baszler both hold championship gold again. What do you think of this match? Do you want to see Rousey and Baszler hold the tag gold? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. WWE has yet to confirm that tag team match, but Cody Rhodes' future is rock solid, as the American Nightmare is heading to the main event of WrestleMania 39. Rhodes returned from injury at last week's Royal Rumble event, but just how certain is his potential title win? Sure, many fans believe that given his booking so far and the importance of WrestleMania, Rhodes will win this April, but as Dave Meltzer explained this week, Cody was hardly WWE's first choice. The fact WWE wanted Dwayne Johnson in the spot and even contacted Steve Austin for the spot tells you they weren't married to the idea of Rhodes having to headline the show or win the title, at least from Reigns. Though Rhodes at one point seemed the obvious choice to dethrone Reigns, the sheer popularity of Sami Zayn may give WWE some serious doubt over whether to pull the trigger on the American Nightmare. While Meltzer added that Rhodes is likely to win the title, it may not come at WrestleMania, but who do you want to see leave Los Angeles holding all the gold? By winning the Men's Rumble match, Cody Rhodes has confirmed his spot on the road to WrestleMania 39, but there's a lot of stops on the path to Los Angeles. There's plenty of episodes of Raw and SmackDown both this month and next month before we reach WrestleMania on April 1st, but the American Nightmare will not be pulling double duty. As explained in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Rhodes is not expected to make any SmackDown appearances, despite that being the brand Roman Reigns calls home. Rhodes starts full-time on the road this weekend with the shows on 2-4 in Columbus, Georgia and 2-5 in Pensacola, Florida. He is scheduled for all Raw TV shoots, but right now is not scheduled for any SmackDown shoots, but would likely be on some leading into WrestleMania. While Rhodes isn't scheduled for any SmackDowns, there's always the chance those plans could change, and that he'll be coming face-to-face with the head of the table. Cody's return to WWE was a long time coming, and even a torn pectoral can't stop Rhodes in his quest to become world champion. But if you've got some Smackdown tickets for February or March, you're far from guaranteed to see the American Nightmare. And we're ending with more from Smackdown, as Braun Strowman and Ricochet have made for a good pairing, especially after Strowman's ridiculous floppy flopper comments. On this week's show, the pair became #1 contenders for the SmackDown Tag titles, winning the tournament by beating Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser in the finals. Although Imperium were impressive, it's clear that WWE were always going to go with a face tag team to face the Usos, who are still heels despite the Bloodline's apparent implosion. Given that both Braun and Ricochet and Drew McIntyre and Sheamus were both teams in this tournament, the whole event has shown that WWE doesn't have too many options when it comes to established teams to feed to the Usos.